I'm a PlayStation fan too. They're an anomaly. I'm a PlayStation fan too. They're an anomaly. Cut the cap. Respect my time. I got a wife and kids. Respect my time. I got a wife and kids.
I told you so.
I'm a PlayStation fan too. I'm a PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation fan. I'm a PlayStation fan too. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, we got the soundboard back, guys, with the original sounds. I know how much y'all love that stuff. I love it too. I'm glad that we got it back. Listen, what's good, people, man? It's your boy Persona, Gamer Persona, one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew, and welcome to episode 244 of the One Persona Speak show. I appreciate you guys being with me. I hope your Monday is going good, right? I hope it was a good Monday, because typically Mondays, we kind of groggy, man. You know, you don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to do anything. You probably had a great weekend, and you're not really looking forward to going back to work and all that stuff that kind of just gets you down, man, with Mondays. I think we all have a bad case of the Mondays every now and then, right? But yo, listen, man, appreciate everybody being here, man. I really do appreciate, you guys rocking out with me, man. I definitely took some time away from Final Fantasy and obviously everyday responsibilities of work and all that stuff. I said, you know what? I got to do a show. This week is PAX. Your boy's going to be at PAX East. I'm hyped, right? But I was like, yo, I got to get a show in this week, man. Especially after today. Just after this weekend with all the PlayStation 5 Pro leaks and rumors and this and specs this and price and affordability and just all this crazy stuff. I said, yo, I gotta do a show, man. I gotta do a show. I do want to put my thoughts out there. We touched on it a little bit on What's Up PlayStation podcast over the weekend, but I want to talk about it Persona style. You feel me? Listen, obviously on What's Up PlayStation podcast, that's me and Bari's channel. That's our podcast. We try to be a little more PG there. Not even PG-13. We try to be PG. You understand? We try to keep it very as family friendly as possible. Obviously we're gonna give our thoughts, and if the occasion calls for it, if the topic calls for it, we'll get a little bit more animated. But we try to keep things as family friendly as we can, right? But over here on Gaming with Persona YouTube channel, my channel, on the One Persona Speak show, we gonna go at it raw. Yo, pause, right? But before we get into anything, listen, if you're at work, I hope I could get you through your work day. If you are on your way home from work or school, I hope I could get you through your commute home. Unless you might be at home cooking dinner, doing homework with the kids, I hope I could get you through your session. Unless you might be taking a shower. I don't know. Cleanliness is closer to godliness. Listen, you might be having the maritals with the significant other. I don't know. I just appreciate you putting me on. Shout out to you guys. Listen, put a 1 in the chat if you're feeling great. Put a 2 in the chat if you're feeling okay. Put a 3 in the chat if you're not feeling that great at all. But if you're at a 3, I gotta tell you, if you are at a 3, we're gonna try to at least get you to a 2 by the end of the show. Y'all know how I do. I love to entertain, make you guys laugh, let this be, really cool and energetic, and that's the other thing. And I've said this to you guys before, man, but when it comes to like doing content, especially like when I do the One Persona Speak show, I always like to be in good spirits, good energy, right? Because I don't want to pass that negative energy, negative stuff on to you guys, or it doesn't come off good, pause, when I'm doing the content if I'm not in great spirits, right? And you guys are like really understanding if I'm like, yo, guys, I'm not really feeling on When Persona Speaks this week, guys, because either work has just really got me stressed out or tired or whatever the case may be. But I always try to come at you guys in great spirits, man, because it's all about positivity and laughing and cracking jokes and all that. We deal with a lot of craziness in the real world. I don't want to come to YouTube or come to doing my show or doing content and just be this negative dude, man. That's not me, obviously, and you guys rock with me, so I appreciate y'all. I see a lot of 1s in the chat. Stone, yo, shout out to Milk of Magnesia in the building. Hold on, round of applause for Milk of Magnesia. Where the clap at? Do I got the clap? Wait, pause. No, the clapping sound. Let me be very specific on this show. Where's the clapping sound. There we go. Big shout out to Milk of Magnesia, Catwoman. Yeah. Appreciate you, Stone, always rocking out with me, rocking out with the channel. Hope you good. You had a 2.3. I don't like that, Stone. You had a 2.3, and I don't like that. Stone, we gonna have to get that to a 2 or a 1.5 by the end of the show. I don't like that, Stone. Milk of Magnesia. Stop playing with me. We gonna fix that. But yo, listen. Yo, I'm in great spirits, man. I'm feeling good. You know, hitting the gym heavy. Yo, today was a great gym session too, by the way, man. Yo, it's funny because I'm a morning person, right? But like typically before I was going to the gym, like 2 months ago, I was going to the gym like mid-afternoon. Now I go super early in the morning. I wake up like 5:30 in the morning, and I get, and get ready and just go to the gym, right? And I gotta be honest, man, I love it, man. Like being up that early and like being in the gym is just a great thing because it kind of like fires me up throughout the whole day, and just like I feel good and feel wired, right? So yo, man, listen, I love going to the gym in the morning. It's just so great. But yo, let me shout out the folks in the chat, man. Let me shout out the folks in the chat. I meant clapping sound, guys. That's why I made sure I prefaced it, because I knew somebody. I said, wait, no, not the clap. Hold up. The clapping sound on the sound board. That's what I meant. I knew y'all in the chat was going to get at me, man. I knew y'all in the chat was going to get at me. I knew it. But yo, let me shout out the folks in the chat, man. Yo, who is here? Yo, BK Best Eye in the building. Shout out to you, BK. Harlem PS Gamer in the building. Kratos 99 in the building. JC 2013 in the building. Sean Artist in the building. The Floyd Nerdy Gamer. Accurate. No Cap Podcast in the building. Shout out to No Cap Podcast, Sick Humor TV. Make sure you guys go check out No Cap Podcast, man. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Check out my boy. My boy Sick is always doing it. I know he on it. Listen, I know he on that fine. He on that rebirth. He on that rebirth. He did a show the other day. I peeped it. But trust me, he on that rebirth heavy. But check out my boy Sick. Yo, Weezer, what's going on with you? Ice Queen Gaming in the building. J-Ro 49 in the building. Milk of Magnesia Stone in the building. If you got the clap, please see it. Yo, Stone, chill. Oh, man. Yo, Broken Lobo Gaming in the building. Yo, shout out to Broken Lobo. Who else is here? Yo, Lee Mister, what's going on with you? Appreciate you. Who else is here? Who else is here, man? Yo, Kratos. Not Kratos. Kakarot. Kakarot the 6th in the building. Shout out to Kakarot. The Floyd in the building. Big Hardcore Gamer. Peace Silent. Or Silent, I should say. Yo, Arcade in the building. Cobb Sanity in the building. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Who else is here? Who else is here? Who else is here? Y'all know. Yo, DeJuan Thompson in the building. What's good? T-Mang Fu in the building. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Foxing around. Austin in the building. Shout out to my boy, Fox, man. Appreciate you. Yo, real talk. Foxing around. Yo, Austin. He is probably one of the biggest. Him, DC, and TZ. I know they also big Dolphin fans, but I've known Austin longer. That man is with his football season, even when it's not football season, I be seeing Fox. He be arguing with these dudes. He be making fun of people. That man is a big Dolphin fan. I can always tell when it's football season when Fox is posting up. Man, I already know. I feel like I'm a New Yorker. I feel like I should be a Dolphin fan. As much Dolphin shit as I see on my timeline, especially from Fox, all year round too. It's not just during football season. It's all year round. The trades, the drafts, this quarterback doing this player's doing this. People having debates about who's better here and there. Yo, that man Fox is a hardcore Dolphins fan and a football guy, man. Yo, shout out to Fox, man. Yo, Sick Mondo, what's going on with you, bro? That guy Schmitty in the building. Schmitty. Who else is here? Yo, Dave Rock in the building, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Yo, J-Ro, appreciate you becoming a member on the channel. Yo, Kings of Royal Gaming. Yo, King, what's going on with you, bro? We in there. What up, P? What's good, King? Appreciate you, bro. Amun Ra 3K in the building. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hey, yo, listen. Dolphin. Oh, yo, Stone as well. Steelers. Yo, shout out to Stone and Daryl. Those, so it's Austin, DC, TZ, Stone, and Daryl between the Dolphins and the Steelers. My God, man. My God. That's all I see up and down my goddamn time. Oh, and Chuck with the Bucks. It's Chuck with the Bucks, Stone and Daryl with the Steelers. I'm seeing it all year round. And then Austin, TZ, and DC with the Dolphins. Mostly Fox. Mostly foxing around. I see a lot of Dolphin tweets and stuff on the timeline. And I be laughing because like, yo, when he be arguing with dudes or making fun of people or exposing people, I be rolling because I be like, yo, yeah, it be real funny, man. Like I love seeing it too, man. Especially with the Steelers stuff. Shout out to Daryl with the Steelers. Oh man, yo, shout out to y'all though, man. Shout out to yo, uppercase J in the building. Uppercase was good. E Rice in the building. What's going on with you? Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all know yo, round of applause for the folks in the chat. Yo, that's Macy's. What's going on with you, man? Yo, shout out to Viper Reaps Corner, man. 35 months as a member on the channel. Wow. Yo, Viper, I appreciate you 110%, Viper, for always rocking out with me, rocking out with my channel, rocking out with What's Up PlayStation Podcast. Viper really is a really good dude out here, man. I rock with Viper heavy. And listen, me and Viper don't always agree. Viper be disagreeing in the chat, man. Don't get it twisted. He rock with your boy because it's that mutual respect. I rock with my boy Viper. That's my boy, man. Shout out to Viper. He says 3 years is wild. Looking forward to the Pro. Facts. Wow, 3 years, man. That's crazy. Yo, shout out to Cobb Sanity. Appreciate you for the membership message, being a member on the channel. He says, what's good, Persona? What's good, Cobb? Appreciate you. Shout out to my bro Jay Bari in the building. 3 years, Bari. 35 months. Damn, bruh. What's going on here? 35 months? You rocking with me like that? Jeez. He says, if you buy a PS5 Pro, you're getting blocked. PlayStation is anti-consumer. Yo, we gonna get into it, man. Trust. Yo, JRO49, appreciate you again becoming a member on the channel, or resubbing, I should say. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. My Bears are gonna always suck. Oh yeah, shout out to the Chicago Bears. Sorry about that, Chuck. You know, maybe next time. Maybe next year. Yo, Kieran Williams, what's going on with you, man? Appreciate you. Yo, shout out to everybody, like I said. So, all right. This is what I want to do, right? Because I know that the rumors are just rumors, right? The specs. And listen, man, I'm not no armchair developer. Let me start by saying this. Hold up. Let me back up. Hold on. Let me start by saying this, man. I ain't no armchair developer. I ain't one of these people about to sit here and, you know, obviously the specs are rumors, right? None of that is confirmed, although Tom Henderson did put out, or is it Rob Henderson? I forgot his name. Tom Henderson, I think his name. He put out something about Sony doing an investigation, which we'll talk about as well. But I'm not about to sit here and bore the shit out of you talking about specs, right? I know most people don't really want to hear that, right? Some might, and we'll talk about it, you know, in the concept of like how I think that could further PlayStation along in terms of like the consoles or whatever. But I'm not about to sit here and compare PSSR to FS3 to DLSS, and so when you do the computation of this to this level, then you times it by 4, and then you carry the 2, and then you divide by 7, you can get exactly 240 frames per second. If you do this, when you, I'm not doing all that bullshit, right? Like that's not me. I like seeing specs, but I'm not about to go at it at that level, and I'm not about to bore the shit out of y'all with that. So don't worry about that. Right? We're going to talk about it from a what if perspective, right? Of like what I think, what I would want from a Pro, what I think is an acceptable price, and kind of just talk about it. Look, because I have been seeing, even though like I'm not really on Twitter as much anymore, right? I'm on it from time to time. I post up certain things here and there, whatever. But like between Final Fantasy and then obviously real life stuff, I'm not really on it as much anymore, but I'm still on it per se. And I see the discourse, you know, I see the tweets, I see the conversations, I see the article, I see it. And I want to talk about it, man. It's funny because I was talking to Bari this morning, and I was like, yo, Bari, I'm gonna do a show today. Like, yo, I was just seeing the discourse on Twitter. I'm just like, yo, I want to do a show because I really want to talk about this in a broader scale than what we did on WUPS, right? Because again, like I said, WUPS is PG. So, we definitely about to go at it. Yo, shout out to No Cap, man. 30 months. No, yo, sick. No, 30 months rocking with your boy? Me? Moi? Oh, man. Yo, shout out to my boy, Sick. He said, Rebirth is game of the year. I don't care what comes out. Yo, Sick. I'm in the same boat. I'm like 125 hours in the game right now. I'm still not at the end of the story. There's so much. Let me go on a tangent real quick. There's so much content in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's crazy. Especially the parts that I got to last night. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, yo, when does it end? And I'm not saying that in a negative way, right? I want to be clear about that. I'm not saying when does it end and trying to approach it in a negative way. I'm just saying like, yo, they just keep throwing more stuff for you to do at you. And again, with the combat, the story, this world, everything's just like done so well and crafted so well. I'm loving it, man. I'm doing every single thing in this game. Like I'm not touching no other game until I get the platinum in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And the way it's looking, I might not get the platinum until when Stellar Blade drops. So around that time. And that's even a big what if, right? But I love Rebirth, man. If you're not playing Rebirth, what are you doing? Why? Come on. But yeah. So yeah, shout out to No Cap, and then shout out to Caleb Kaiser, 35 months. Yo, 3 years? 3 years? Or close to 3 years? As a member on the channel, shout out to my boy Caleb, rocking with your boy. He says, what's good, Persona? In chat, hit the like button. Oh yeah, man. Hit the like button, folks, if you enjoy the content, right? If you enjoy the content, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right. So like I said, I'm not going to bore you with specs and stuff like that, but I do want to talk about a couple things, right? So one of the places where I want to start really is, who is the PlayStation 5 Pro for? Now let's go down. Put your tinfoil hats on, guys. Put them on. Go on, put them on. I know y'all got big heads out there, so you might need to wrap the tinfoil around 2 or 3 times, but put that tinfoil hat on. We about to go down conspiracy lane, or what if lane. So obviously, nothing's confirmed if a Pro is coming or not. Now here's the thing. Tom Henderson. Is it Tom Henderson? Let me look and see what this dude name is, man, because I don't wanna keep saying the wrong name if this not his name. Hold on. Is it Tom Henderson or I think it's Tom Henderson. Or am I thinking of somebody else? Am I thinking of somebody else? Nah. The Inside Gaming guy is Tom Henderson, right? It is Tom Henderson. All right, yo, shout out to Shay Capo, man. Appreciate you. Yo, Cloud Strife in the building. Shout out to my boy Cloud Strife. All right, so obviously we don't know. Obviously it's not confirmed that a PS5 Pro is coming or not, right? Obviously we have to wait for the confirmation from PlayStation, all that jazz, blah, blah, blah. Obviously we know that. So I do want to put the disclaimer out there that obviously all of this is what if or whatever, because we don't know if a Pro is coming or not. Obviously we need to wait for PlayStation to confirm or deny that and confirm if it's coming this year. I will say this, and the reason why I'm entertaining this is because of this. Tom Henderson has a really good track record of being correct when it comes to leaks, right? And he also predicted, or not predicted, but he also called or confirmed that the PS Portal, which was at the time called Q Lite, was coming out. That was true. And he said during those reportings when he was talking about the Q Lite, he did also say that a PS5 Pro was coming in the holiday of 2024. This was back when he was talking about the PlayStation Portal or the Q Lite. The Q Lite came to fruition. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to put a little bit of stock, not 100%, because you always got to take things with a grain of salt, but not too much salt because you don't want high blood pressure. So a little pinch of salt, not too much. We don't need high blood pressure and all that. We want people to live a long time. So only take a pinch of salt, but we're going to take it with a grain of salt. Okay? But I'm going to entertain it off the strength of Tom Henderson's track record of being correct more so than incorrect when it comes to the things that he has spoken about to be true when it comes to games or hardware, whatever the case may be. It's the only reason why I'm entertaining this, right? There's only 2 or 3 people in this gaming space that I really would take a leak that they say serious or even entertain it. Tom Henderson is one. Jeff Grubb is another one, because Jeff Grubb has had a pretty good track record. Again, these people aren't right 100% of the time, but their ratio of being right versus wrong is higher. So I'm like, all right, I'll entertain it. So, Tom Henderson, Jeff Grubb, there's somebody else too. I forgot the third person. There is a third person. I forgot their name. But anyway, so that's why we're gonna talk about it, man. Yo, Tool Man, what's good? Matter of fact, let me put the chat over here so I can see you guys. Cause when I get in on a roll, I want to make sure I see the chat, man. I don't want to miss nothing that the chat is saying. And I want to make sure anybody that's coming in, I acknowledge you guys, man. So y'all know I appreciate y'all. Okay. Yo, Elise, what's up? I play COD on PS5 with KBM, and the PS5 Pro is just going to boost my experience with no pop-ins, and 45% faster rendering will be better, faster playing COD on PS5 Pro. That's a good point. Although I think COD has been trashed for like the past 3 games, but that's a conversation for another time. Oh, I better not say that, 'cause I know how people can get. Especially people who don't play the game. Yo, Cyber Dragon, what's good, man? 35 months as a member on the channel. He says, afternoon chat, mods, and when Persona speaks, listen and listen fully. Appreciate you, Cyber. One of the longest supporters. Cyber has been supporting me for, no bullshit, I think like 10 years. Since the start of my YouTube channel. Shout out to Cyber Dragon, man. That dude is a great guy, man. Shout out to Cyber, man, rocking with us. Yo, Dr. Martin Van Nostrand, appreciate you. All right, let's get into it. So, my first question. So the first thing I want to ask, and this is kind of just a hypothetical, but you can answer it in the chat if you want to. But the first question that I'm asking is, who is the PlayStation 5 for? And that's a rhetorical question, right? I'm not really asking that question. We know who it's for, but I do want to talk about that because there's this notion. Yo, Vigilante, what's good? There's this notion that for a PlayStation, for a pro version of any type of console, it needs to be competitively priced to appeal to the masses. That's not, and this again, this is just my opinions, obviously, but I don't view a pro version of a console. Yo, Kerry Howard, what's good? I don't view a pro version of a console as being something that needs to appeal to a casual audience or market. You understand? That's what the PlayStation 5 OG would be for. I view a pro version of any console, not just PlayStation. If Xbox puts out a pro version of the Xbox, I would be saying the same thing. Same thing with the Switch. If the Switch put out a Switch Pro, so to speak, or whatever, although I think the Switch needs to be upgraded. So, we're going to leave Nintendo out. We're going to leave them to the side because that's not for this conversation. But if the Xbox was putting out a pro version of a console, I would be saying the same thing. I think when you're looking at the pro model of a console or something that's supposed to take that gaming experience to the next level when it comes to the power that it's able to output in order to get you there, I think that's more of when you start getting into the enthusiast market, right? It's the same thing with like pro controllers, right? When you look at like the DualSense Edge, right? The DualSense Edge and the DualSense regular, right? The DualSense regular is the regular controller. It doesn't have the back pedals or none of the bells and whistles and things like that, but you're still able to play and enjoy your games without any issue. What the DualSense Edge does is it's more, and I view it this way, I view the Edge as more of an enthusiast device or an enthusiast level accessory that's meant for people who want to take their gaming experience to the next level. For example, with the Edge, one of my biggest reasons for buying the Edge is I play a lot of first-person shooters. I'm a big first-person shooter guy, Call of Duty and all these other different things. And I've been using Pro controllers for years, right? Since the PS3 generation, you feel me? So when it comes to having that higher level experience of being able to have the back pedal so I could jump and aim and move at the same time, or slide and aim and move and all that stuff, that market, for the way I view that market, is more of an enthusiast route. It doesn't hinder your experience if you don't have that, but it does heighten the experience, and it's priced that way, right? It's 200, you know, the Edge is $200. That's not really something that's being put out on the market and expecting mass adoption. Now, obviously, a lot of people have been picking up the Edge controller. It's been, you know, it's been selling really, really well, obviously. But the idea is this is an enthusiast level device, right? It's not meant to be something that needs to be competitively priced in the same area. Now, I know a lot of people might be hearing that and saying, oh, well, Persona, you know, you about to cap and make an excuse for why, you know, so are you saying that if the PlayStation 5 Pro was $1,000, you would buy it? I know those questions. I know there's somebody watching this show right now, or somebody that's going to watch this show later. And that's the thing that, oh, well, Persona, where's the glasses? Hold up. Where's my glasses? Let's have fun today. We're going to have fun for the chat. Well, Persona, you are you telling me? See, this is the problem with you PlayStation fanboys. This is the problem with you toxic people. You just accept everything. You accept everything that they give you. So you're telling me that you would be okay with a $1,000 PlayStation 5 Pro? Is that what you're saying, Persona? It's not what I'm saying, right? It all depends on what's being offered. And that's what, and really and truly, that's with anything that you're getting in terms of a product. What one person might view as being worth it, another might, right? Might not. But at the same time, you know, and I'm not going to take it to this market of, you know, GPUs and PC, because that's too easy, right? Because everyone doesn't have a 4090. There are a lot of people who may want a 4090, but might not or cannot afford it, right? But NVIDIA puts out different specs of their GPUs whenever they put them out, right? When the 4000 series came out, you had the 4060, excuse me, the 4070, the 4080. I think they do have a 4060 actually. I think they might. Somebody correct me in the chat. But you had a 4060, maybe tentative, 4070, a 4080, and then a 4090. Now, obviously, when you start getting to that higher upper echelon of product, the 4090 is a high-end card that is meant to really take your gaming experience to that next level. But it's also $1,500, $1,600, in some cases $2,000. For those who might not deem that as worth picking up, or deem that as or view that as something that might be too expensive, there's a card there for you in a weaker version or model. But for the enthusiasts, for the PC hardcore, for the people that want the best of the best when it comes to their gaming machines or their gaming hardware, they're going to grab that 4090 because they want the highest of highest end when it comes to gaming, right? I view that same type of thinking or logic when it comes to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 5 Pro. If PlayStation comes out on stage, now again, the specs leak, which we'll talk about in a second, but you know, if what's being said is true, where it's a 45%, matter of fact, let's go to the article now so that I can talk about it and you know, we can visualize, right? Where is it? I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So make sure you guys can hear me. Yeah, you hear me. So when it comes to, you know, if it's a 45% increase in terms of how much faster it is, 2 to 3 times ray tracing, 33.4 teraflops PSSR, which is the AI upscaling solution that PlayStation has been working with, that's supposed to kind of be like FSR or DLSS, where it's gonna, you know, make the image quality much more sharper Obviously, you need more headroom pause to do that, but it's supposed to be a better at least a PlayStation version of that, or whatever the case may be. It supports up to 8K revenues, blah blah. I ain't gonna get into all that. Custom machine learning, AI accelerator, supports up to 300 tops, all this other shit, 64, like all that bullshit, right? I ain't gonna bore you guys with that. But the point that I'm trying to make is, if what's being shown as the increase to the PS5 Pro, right, and we're seeing that stuff in terms of real world examples where it's like, oh, okay, I'm getting and I said this on What's Up PlayStation podcast. For me, I'm looking at, because you know, this whole thing of like, oh yeah, we're not getting 60 frames per second consistently. That's also it has been debunked, because throughout the course of this generation, there's only, I believe, 3 or 4, maybe 5 games out of all the games that have released this generation. Only 5 games are locked at 30 frames per second. All other games are doing or have some form of a performance mode where you're getting 60 frames per second, right? My whole thing is, I'm looking at the image quality, right? Now, obviously, you know, 1080p 60 or whatever, that's what some games may be or whatever, but I'm looking at an increase in image quality while still maintaining that 60 frames per second, right? If third party is allowed, because really we're not seeing that with first party. If you look at things like Spider-Man, Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, right, GT, all these other games, when you're playing these games in performance mode, now I'm not saying these games are running at 4K 60, that's not what I'm saying, but when you play a PlayStation first party title, first party, I'm prefacing that. I know somebody, well, you know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is not, it's blurry as hell. Guys, first party. If you're playing something that's first party, 9 times out of 10, that image quality is also going to be there, right? Horizon Forbidden West is the perfect example of this. That game looks absolutely phenomenal at 60 frames per second or within a performance mode. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Now, obviously, we have the Decima engine to thank for that, but even things like Spider-Man, God of War Ragnarok, right? When you're looking at these games, the image quality, the way the game looks, it still looks really good playing at 60 frames. Now, with a PlayStation 5 Pro, if playing at 60 frames will allow second or even third party developers to utilize the hardware to provide a better image quality while maintaining that 60 frames per second, that's what I'm really looking for when it comes to the jump in power. And obviously it's up to third party developers to even utilize that, right? But even taking first party to the next level, I want to see that too, see what that looks like when it comes to whatever. But back to what I'm saying, back to my point. When it comes to how something like this could potentially be priced, again, me and Barry was talking about this on What's Up PlayStation podcast over the weekend. I do think that, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, you know, it needs to be $400 or $500. I just don't see that, right? Because the argument is, well, it needs to be competitively priced. Competitively priced for what? You know, it's not really something that's meant to appeal to, or I wouldn't say appeal, but it's not meant to be something that's mass adopted on that level. It's an enthusiast level device. Yeah, they want it to sell. I'm not saying they don't, but if whatever's going into it, I don't know. I can see it being $600, maybe even $700. $700 might be kind of, some people might scoff at that, but if the game, and we'll get to the content and all that in a second. I'm jumping around. Let me stick on target. When it comes to that, oh, well, you know, what about the people who can't afford that, right? So if PlayStation comes out and says, hey, look, we're putting out a Pro model of the PlayStation 5 that is going to be, you know, do all these great things, have this AI upscaling and this and that and 45% faster and blah, 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 blah. And we're charging $650 or $700. You're going to get some people in the room that's probably going to be like, oh. But if what they're showing and what they have, if it's compelling enough, that'll fly over pretty quickly. But again, back to the argument of, well, what about the people who can't afford that? The PS5 is there. and the PS5 is doing 60 frames per second consistently when it comes to an overwhelming majority of games that release on the platform. So if you have somebody that's looking to have that performance mode, or have an experience where, well, I kind of want to have the best of both worlds, where I want that fidelity mode, but I also want that 60 frames per second as well, you can confidently say that you're getting that with a PlayStation 5. Now, the image quality with some games may vary, but you are getting that. But if you're somebody that's looking at it and saying, well, I love my PlayStation, but I definitely want to take my gaming to the next level and have a more high quality or consistent experience when it comes to the image quality, when it comes to the games and my experience, we've got the Pro right here for you. But again, it's an enthusiast device. So who is it for? The PlayStation 5 Pro is for anybody that's willing to shell out the Pro is for anybody that's willing to buy it. That's who it's for. It's an enthusiast level device, and if you're looking at that, and again, this is all hypothetical because we haven't really gotten any confirmation, but the point that I'm trying to make is, if you're somebody that is looking at wanting to take that experience to the next level on consoles, and a Pro is on the horizon or a Pro is coming out, then that is for you. Now, if you're not willing to spend the money that they may ask, who knows? We don't know. But if the price point is not matching what you would expect or what you want, you got the PS5. So who is it for? It's for whoever's willing to buy it. But just know it's an enthusiast device. And again, going back to the GPU example, NVIDIA always releases a series of cards that have varying capabilities when it comes to the power that you can get out these cards, and they all vary in price. But when it comes to the upper echelon and the top of the top, you're going to pay that top dollar. The 4090 is a $1,500 to $2,000, depending on the brand, $2,000 card. Who's buying that? Enthusiasts, hardcore, people who want that highest level experience. Is that also wrong or anti-consumer? Is the 4090 also not competitively priced? You get what I'm saying? At $2,000 or $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, whatever. Is a 4090, in fact, let me ask that question in the chat. To the chat. A 4090 cost about close to $2,000. Is that competitively priced in the grand scheme of things? And again, if something like that is not your cup of tea, there's also other cards you can buy. Same thing with the PlayStation. If that price point is not there, if you're not feeling that, you got a PS5 regular that is doing 60 frames per second consistently. It depends though. Economics of scales applies to GPUs. Now, I get that, obviously, but I said that earlier. I said when it comes to GPUs, we know that they put out a series of cards that all vary when it comes to the power level and what it's capable of doing at the highest level. Every GPU is not going to be at that same level. Every GPU, if they put out when they put out the 5000 series and they put out the 5090, that's the 5090 or the 5060 or 5070, whatever, is not going to be at the same level of a 4090 when it comes to getting the most out of a card. Yeah, you'll get the most and you'll get 60 frames and all that for sure. But a 5090 or a 4090, if you want to stay in the 4000 series, the 4090 is going to give you that highest level experience when it comes to what you're trying to get out of playing games or editing or whatever it is you're doing. It's the same way you get a car. You don't need to get the turbo. I don't know why gaming has looked that different. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Car, it's in all facets of life. Like, you can look at anything in life and the same thing would apply. Obviously, this is gaming, so you know it's easy to kind of look at gaming and it's weird too, right? Because you know, shout out to Sean Layden. You know, we had Sean Layden on last weekend or the weekend before, so like, because we in a new week now. And you know, he said something very important. And I'm glad he said this, man. And a lot of developers have been saying this as well, but I'm glad Sean said it, man. Like, I'm glad, you know, somebody of that caliber, of that level, you know, he ran one of the most successful businesses in the gaming industry, PlayStation. You know, saying like, you know, again, buying your games is important, right? And it's weird because, you know, I've had this conversation a thousand times. I know Bari has had this conversation 1,000 times. You know, we've echoed those sentiments for a really long time. And listen, for me, you know, gaming is something is a hobby, you know, that I've been a part of for almost 3 decades now, right? And you know, when it comes to gaming, when it comes to like buying games, or you know, when I look at like subscription services in the gaming space or whatever the case may be, obviously I keep saying this. Yo, Tricelsius, what's good? Again, when I keep saying this, but you know, shit, I just lost my train of thought. I'm getting old, guys. I lost my train of thought. What the hell was I just saying? Somebody help me in the chat. What was I just saying? I'm getting old, guys. Almost Mad Gaming. What's good? Oh, yeah. Thank you. But you know, when it comes to like subscription service and stuff like that, again, I do think those have a place per se. But I just don't think that's the main way gaming should be done, right? Like that's not the main way I think gaming should be supported, in my opinion, again, right? But just, you know, him echoing the sentiments of like the importance of buying your games, right? It's easy for people to look at gaming and say, well, gaming is not deserving of my dollar, right? And for whatever reason, right? It can be because, you know, they don't put gaming at a high level of importance when it comes to spending their disposable income, or they have other hobbies. There can be a multitude of things of why people will look at it in that manner, right? I'm not gonna poke fun or assign it to one thing. And obviously people that might be down on their luck or whatever the case may be a factor as well, right? But the point that I'm trying to make is that when it comes to gaming and really console gaming, because like I don't really see these types of things like when it comes and really it is console gaming, because when I look at like PC, you know, when it comes to like these GPUs or a new motherboard or more RAM or memory or whatever, I don't really see those same types of conversations happen, right? Where like, oh my God, I gotta spend this for that, and oh my God, I don't really see those conversations. It's really console gaming where I personally tend to see people. Yo, OBJ, what's good? Shout out to my boy OBJ in the chat. Yo. Shout out to my boy OBJ. Yo, OBJ, what's good with you, bro? Appreciate you, man. It's he says, I personally think this isn't gonna cost $1 over $5.49 for with disc and $4.99 with digital. People always go crazy with the price and it ends up being in line with history. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you look at the PS4 Pro, that was like I think the Pro was like $400 for the PS4 Pro as well. So, you know, I think that's also a very safe bet. I don't think that price point isn't off the table as well. What I'm saying is I wouldn't be surprised if it's $5.99 for physical and $5.49 for the digital. Because, you know, one of the other things as well is, you know, PlayStation was talking about it last year with like inflation and the economy and the way it was in a lot of other territories. They upped the price of the PlayStation, especially with the slim versions. So I wouldn't be surprised if a Pro they upped that price and put it at that $600 mark for digital, for physical, and $549 for physical. I mean for digital. Yo, J Ro, man, appreciate you gifting the membership, and shout out to Neil S becoming a member on the channel. I appreciate you, man. Round of applause. So my whole thing is this. You know, when it comes to console gaming really is the only place where I mostly see. Not saying it's only happening there, but I see a bulk of it in the console space, where when it comes to paying a premium for a product, albeit a game or, you know, in this case, a console per se, it's so much pushback. And it's this, oh, well, this isn't worth it, or, oh, why should I have to pay this, or, oh, that. It's so weird, because like I never really see, you know, when the 5000 series GPUs come out, right, and the 5090 is $2,000 or 1500 again, or 1600, or whatever the case may be. Not saying that people won't, some people might not saying that some won't scoff at the price, 'cause I'm sure they will, but most people that want it are gonna buy it. And that does apply to consoles as well. Most people because even when people complain about price or whatever the case may be, these things still sell out anyway. Games still get bought, whatever the case may be. But I do see a lot of the complaining or a lot of the disagreement when it comes to price point in the console space. That's where I mostly see it. And again, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in like PC or mobile or wherever the case, or wherever else. I'm not saying it doesn't happen there, but I mostly see it in the console space. You know, when it comes to the new iPhone, right? When iPhone announces their Pro version, you know, phones are another good example. You know, when iPhone announces the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and it's $1,600 for a 256 gigabyte or 512 gigabyte, right? People are gonna buy it. It's gonna sell. It is. Yeah, some people may say, oh, this is overpriced. Apple always overcharging. Most people are going to buy it. Why? Because they want it. Do you need a Pro Max? Probably not. Especially if all you're doing is on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, on the phone and texting. No one needs a Pro Max. You're fine with the base model and the cheapest model of a phone. But most people buy, or a lot, I won't say most, but a lot of people opt to buy that Pro Max. Why? It does the same thing. It does certain things a little bit better than the base version of the phone. It'll have a better camera with more megapixels. It'll have a better resolution on the screen, right? In the case of the iPhone 15, you could play RE8 Village on the Pro Max. You have to have a Pro Max to play that game, right? There's certain benefits that come with that. Most people, or a lot of people, would opt to buy it. I bought a Pro Max. My phone is a Pro Max. It's the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the highest version. It's in all facets of life where there's always going to be something that does something a little bit better, and you could choose to buy it or not. My thing is, in the console space is where I tend to see a lot of pushback when it comes to that. Like, oh, you know, you have to spend a little bit more money. That's all I'm saying, right? I'm not ridiculing anybody. I'm not criticizing anybody. I'm only saying that from my observation of where I sit, I tend to see this critique of having to spend a premium on a product in the console space. That's all I'm saying. Do with that what you will. Movie theaters have a pro version too. Yeah, they do. They got AMC has, what's it called? AMC Stubs, A-list or something like that, where you get to see free movies every Tuesday. You get to see a free movie every week or something like that. And you get like discounts on the popcorn and all this other stuff, but you're paying a subscription or a premium price to get those benefits. Me as an everyday moviegoer or as a regular moviegoer who doesn't have that, because I think you also get discounts on your tickets, you get discounts at the concession stand, and you also get to watch a free movie every month. I think it's Free Movie Tuesdays, they call it, or something like that. The point that I'm trying to make is it wrong or anti-consumer that me going to the movie? So when I go see Godzilla, Kong X Godzilla New Empire in April, actually I'm going to see that in March. I'm not an A-list member, so I didn't get a discount on my ticket. If I do decide to get something from the concession stand, I have to pay full price, and I don't get to watch movies for free. Is AMC wrong for charging me what they charge me for the same movie? Somebody can be sitting right next to me that's an A-list member this is just hypothetically, but they paid half the price I did for their ticket. Is AMC wrong for that? You get what I'm saying? We both are experiencing the same thing, but one's experience might be cheaper than the other. And bringing it back to PlayStation 5 versus PS5 Pro, if a God of War 3 comes out, right? Or God of War Ragnarok 2, whatever you want to call it. Or matter of fact, let's do Last of Us. If a Last of Us Part 3 comes out and it's available on PS5 and PS5 Pro, and the PS5 Pro and both versions have, fidelity mode and performance mode, balance mode, whatever, and all this other stuff, but the image quality, and again, this is just hypotheticals, but the image quality on the Pro version and the performance mode is better. Are we both not still experiencing the same game? What's the difference? The difference is I'm paying a premium price or a higher price to get a better experience. Yo, Oolong Tea, what up, man? Yo, Jiggery, what up? Lunchi, what up? That's all. Listen, at the end of the day, am I buying a Pro? Absolutely. I was looking for a sound. Oh, you know what? Am I buying a Pro? Oh, wait, hold on. Absolutely. Yes, I am. Because a Pro is...
This is great for gamers.
It's great for gamers. Am I buying a Pro?
This is great for gamers.
Absolutely. 100% I'm buying a Pro. 100%. I'm buying it. What Persona? What if the... Oh, let me get the glasses. I got you. Hold on. I gotta get into character. Well, Persona, what if the Pro is $800? I mean, if it's providing a higher experience that I deem worthy of that price point, then I'll pick it up. It really is that simple. And the answer is really that straightforward. If I look at what this Pro can do, if there's a Pro, if it's real, because obviously we got to take it with a grain of salt. Not too much salt. We don't want high blood pressure. Just a little bit. If I look at the price point and I look at what's being offered and look at real world examples of what I would be getting with my gaming experiences, if I look at that and say that's worth the price, then I'm going to buy it. And really, it's that simple. It really doesn't need to be more complex than that. Like, it's crazy how much we as gamers make things so complicated when it comes to this stuff. The answer really is that simple. It's that simple. But when you give an answer like that, people will tell you, "Oh, well, you're a fanboy, so of course you're buying, or you're toxic, or of course you never see an issue with PlayStation because you're a PlayStation fanboy." Listen, guys, this is with anything in life. This viewpoint is with anything in life. If you go stay at a hotel, or so let's say you're going on vacation, right? You're taking a family to Disney World, right? It's you, the missus, or let me be more PC. You and your significant other and the kids. So it's 4 of you. It's you, your significant other, and 2 kids. And you want to take the family to Disney World for 2 weeks. I don't know who the fuck would want to be at Disney World for 2 weeks, but let's use that example. Let's run with it. You want to take the family to Disney World for 2 weeks. You want to give them the best experience possible. Now, Disney World, I went to the last time I went to Disney World, I think I was like 17 years old, 16. No bullshit. I haven't been there in a really, really long time. When I went there, it was expensive, but it was like lowercase e expensive. Now going to Disney World, that shit is an uppercase E expensive. EXPENSIV. That shit is expensive. From what I understand now, if you taking a family to Disney World now, you spending like 10 grand or more to have like a really good, high quality experience, like a great experience. You spending like 10 grand. Some people deem that as worth the price. So you taking a family, you looking for hotels. Oh, honey, so, do you want to stay on the resort? Do you want to stay off the resort? Oh, it's up to you, babe. Listen, you're looking at hotels. Your top priority is convenience. You're going into this. I want full convenience. What does that mean? I don't want to have to do a whole lot of traveling to get to and from the park. That means you might have to stay at one of the Disney World resorts or one of the resorts that's like in walking distance or a very, very short distance from the park. When are you going? During the summer? That's peak time. So you're looking at the hotels. Oh, honey, I see a hotel right here. It says it's about 0.25 miles from the park. You look at it, and it's $1,500 a night for a suite to accommodate a family. Some people may look at that and say, oh no, we're gonna stay at the Best Western 7 miles away for $55.99 a night. Some people are saying, and listen, that's perfectly fine, because if that is an experience that you're willing to accept at that price point, so be it. But some people will look at that $1,500 a night and they'll buy into that because convenience, the experience, and all that other stuff that goes along with it. You're in Best Buy. You're in the market for a new TV. Oh, gee, the PlayStation 5 Pro is coming out and I need to get an OLED TV. So you talk to the Best Buy rep. Excuse me. Hi, welcome to Best Buy. How can I help you? Yeah, I'm in the market. the PlayStation 5 Pro is releasing this holiday, and I want to buy a brand new OLED TV so I can get with the times, as the young folks say. Oh, well, we'd be happy to help you. What are you in the market for? I don't understand the question. So would you like a high-end OLED TV, a mid-range, or a low-end? Well, what's the difference? Well, with our high-end OLED TVs, you get a better picture quality, and you get more features that's geared toward the PlayStation 5 Pro's capabilities in gaming. Well, am I able to play on the TV if I get a low or mid-range? Yeah, you can. But what's being offered in the TV might not be as good as with our higher-end TVs. Well, what's the price difference between a low-end and a high-end? Well, the price difference is about $1,000. Oh, gee. Well, I am buying a PS5 Pro. I do want the highest level experience. I might as well buy the high-end OLED TV. Like, it's in everything, and I'm using this as an example because it's in everything in life. Every single thing in your life has a compromise. Everything. Where you choose to live, the type of car you choose to drive, the type of job you choose to work, everything, even the very phone that you're watching this podcast on or this show on, there is a compromise. Everything. You might not have the highest end phone watching this show, but you're still watching it. The point that I'm trying to make is, if looking at the price and what you're getting, you deem that price point as acceptable and worth the asking price, then you buy it. That's it. It really is that simple. It's that simple, man. These diatribes and weird tweets of like anti-consumerism and just these weird things that I keep seeing online where I'm just like, yo, gaming, playing games and enjoying games is not that difficult, man. It's not meant to be this difficult. Now, again, obviously we all love to debate and have our back and forth and stuff like that from time to time. I'm not saying, whatever, but it's like, I feel like sometimes some people overcomplicate things that really are meant to be simple. And I'm not even just talking about with PlayStation. I'm just talking in general when it comes to gaming. Some people have a tendency of overcomplicating, overthinking, overanalyzing things that are very simple. If you look at a pro and because it's a weird question, well, who's it for? We don't need this. No, you don't need it. That's another thing. Let me get on my soapbox real quick. This whole "we don't need a pro" shtick, stop it, man. No, next time you see somebody say that, you tweet, you say, no, you don't need a pro. Like, oh, we don't need a pro. Who asked for this? No, you don't need a pro. You didn't ask for this. I want to see what that technology gonna do. I want to see what them games gonna be looking like. We didn't ask for this. What the hell you mean we? Where you get this we shit from? This ain't France. Ain't no we. Cut it out, man.
Cut the cap. Cut the cap.
What we doing here? What are we doing here, guys? Stop it. Cut it out. Cut it out. We're not doing that. I want a pro. I would love to see a pro and see its capabilities. And if the price to what I'm getting, if I deem that as acceptable, I'm picking it up. It's that simple. And I think it's that simple for everybody in the chat as well. If it's not something that you really deem as being worth it, you won't buy it. It really is that simple, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you it is. Now, to get to the other side of this conversation, let's talk about now again, put your tinfoil hats back on, guys. Put them back on. Go ahead on. Go and get the tinfoil hat. Go and get the tinfoil out the kitchen. Go get that aluminum foil. Put your tinfoil hats on. We about to go down what if lane, right? So here's the other side of this conversation, right? Let's say a PlayStation 5 Pro gets announced and it's coming out holiday 2024. Another conversation that I've been seeing, Chips and Sticks, what's good, bro? Says, okay, so genuine question. What does this mean for the casual, non-tech savvy gamer? In terms of what? What does what mean? Like, what does it mean? Like, so if a pro is coming out, what does this mean for the casual gamer? Nothing. It means nothing, because if a casual is looking at the pro and seeing what more they can get out of their gaming experience on a PlayStation by getting the pro version, listen. And I'm not saying you Sticks, because I don't know if that's what you're asking. So definitely let me know if that's the question that you're asking. But also the specs. Listen, a casual. Let's go back to casuals for a second, because this is something I've been wanting to have this conversation for a long time. And me and Barry have had this conversation privately a couple times. People, not you, and I'm not talking about you, Chips and Sticks. I'm not talking about you, Chips. I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying you. I'm really just speaking in general here. I promise. Not you. For a very long time, I've seen a lot of people put casuals into this box of people or gamers that are just like oblivious and dumb. Like they aren't smart consumers. I never understood that. I never understood why a casual gamer can't look at a product and determine if it's something that they want. How are things in life being bought? Like, no one's an expert at everything. Some people have to look at a product, look at the reviews, look at, you know, their friend's experience or whatever, look at the product and determine if it's something that they feel is worth buying. That's in anything. So it's weird that this really only happens in gaming, right? Because I'm not a mechanic, right? I'm not a mechanic. I'm not, you know, you can't, if you point to something under the hood of a car, if it ain't the engine or the fuel cylinder, I can't tell, or the battery, or the antifreeze jar, I wouldn't be able to tell you what the fuck it is, right? But just because I'm not a car mechanic, or I don't know how to fix cars, doesn't mean I don't know what kind of car I want. My dream car has always been a GT Skyline, a Nissan Skyline, or well, I had 3 dream cars. So the Nissan Skyline 1996 Nissan Skyline, the 2000, I think it's 15, Godzilla. So the new GTR, got the label Godzilla, Nissan GTR, and a 1994 or 1996 Toyota Supra. Those are like my dream cars that I would love to have. When I get rich later in life, those are I'm definitely getting at least a Supra and a GTR for sure. Those are like my dream cars. Also, well, yeah. But just because I don't know how to fix cars doesn't mean I don't know what kind of cars I like, or type of car that I would want. Right? If I'm in a market for a car, like a drive around car, or a car that like I want to cruise around with it, I would get a Honda Accord, or I would get a Toyota, what's it called? Toyota, is it RAV4? I forget what it's called. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is you don't need to be a professional or a super experienced or something to know what you are like or are willing to put up with or experience. The same thing applies to gaming. A casual isn't going to be able to tell you every single thing about every single game. Oh, well, in 1997, Final Fantasy VII came out and on PlayStation 1, and PlayStation 1 and Nintendo, they were supposed to be part. Like, a casual's not going to know that bullshit, right? But that doesn't mean that a casual can't look at something like a PlayStation 5 Pro and look at the what you're getting out of that versus what they already have and say, you know what? I definitely want that PS5 Pro. I can play games at 1440p. I can play game in 60 frames or whatever. Or I can do this, that, and then the games are going to do this and do that or whatever. Hell yeah, I want that. Right? Why can't a casual do that? When you step inside a restaurant, everyone isn't a professional culinary chef. If I go sit down in a restaurant like Peter Luger's, right? I'm not no professional chef. Now, I'm a pretty decent cook. Right? Like I'm not the best in the world, but you know, your boy know how to, I can throw down in the kitchen. You understand? But I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional cook. I would, you know, if Gordon Ramsay was to come and rate my food, I think he would rate it pretty good, but I'm not no professional. If I sit down in a restaurant like Peter Luger's, or you know what, even better example, somebody that doesn't know how to cook at all goes and sits down in a restaurant like Peter Luger's, they have no experience cooking. Does that mean that they can't look at a menu and say, damn, I definitely want that 12-ounce porterhouse ribeye with the garlic mashed potatoes in the grilled asparagus? They're not a professional cook, but they sat down in a restaurant, looked at the menu, and they saw what they liked or what they might like and ordered it. That same thing applies to a casual in the gaming space. They might not know everything when it comes to gaming, but, because there is a but they're able to make a decision on whether or not something is worth buying. If they see something that they like, they'll buy it. If they don't, they won't. Absolutely, Bird. You already know, man. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, man. So going back to Chips' question, when it comes to the specs, there's a lot of people that won't understand the specs, but if they're seeing the game, Ice Cream, appreciate you. Thanks for the stream persona. Shout out to you, Mondo, appreciate you. If they're seeing the games or seeing the performance or whatever, and they deem that as worth it, people, casual will pick it up. It's that simple. It really is that simple. It doesn't have to be more complex than that, because there's no need. But going to the what if, right? So let's say the PlayStation 5 Pro gets announced. It's coming out, you know, they say, oh yeah, it's coming out holiday November 2024, right? The other conversation that I've been seeing floating around is content. And I do think that PlayStation would definitely need to have at least 1 or 2, maybe even 3 first-party titles lined up. 3 might be pushing it, not at the same time. This isn't a new generation launch. Let me pull back. It needs to have a game or 2 from first party that's really showing off this console. I do think it should, but at the same time, here's my what if scenario. Here's my what if scenario. Now stick with me, guys. This is crazy. Stick with me. Y'all got the tinfoil hats on? Put a 1 in the chat if you got the tinfoil hats on, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you ready for the tinfoil hat moment. If you ready for the tinfoil hat moment, put a 1 in the chat. I need everybody with their tinfoil hats on. Oh yeah, I see the ones. I love the ones. Fire. All right. Here's Persona's hypothetical. This is my hypothetical, guys. And I want you guys to answer this question for me. Answer it in the chat. If PlayStation, and I really want to know what the chat thinks. If PlayStation came out on stage, showed off the PS5 Pro, and the game that they showed off with the PS5 Pro was GTA 6, would that be acceptable to you? I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. I forgot how to do it. How you do it? I'm trying to set the poll. How I set the poll? There we go. Yeah, I hate this emoji thing that's there now. Pin message. Yeah, I forgot how to do a poll. How the hell? Y'all legit forgot how to do a poll. I really forgot. Holy shit, I forgot how to. Oh, here we go. So, all right, so let me copy this again. Copy. Start a poll. There we go. Uppercase J said that would be nasty work. Yo, legit, I'm curious to know how would y'all feel about that if it was only if they came out and they showed off the GTA 6 on the PS5 Pro, would that be acceptable? And GTA 6 running at 60 frames, buttery smooth at 1440p or 800p or whatever p it's gonna be resolution. Would and they had a GTA 6 bundle with the Pro, and obviously we know GTA 6 is coming out 2025, but early 2025 according to Strauss Zelnick in the earnings report at last quarter. If the PS5 Pro comes out this year and they do a GTA 6 bundle and you get the code and all that and it'll unlock all that jazz, if that was the game that they showed off on the Pro, would that be acceptable? Would that even be enough? Would that be enough for you? Or would you want to see more? Me personally, as hyped as I am for GTA 6, me personally, I would want to see first party. I would be hyped to see GTA 6 on a Pro, and I'm sure they probably, I mean, we'll get to that in a second. I that's the other side of it, but anyway, I would definitely want to see first party on a Pro. 100%. 100%. They need to definitely show first, because a lot of the first party devs been a little too quiet. I understand y'all cooking, but y'all about to goddamn burn the food. Y'all about to damn burn the food, man. Take the food out the oven. We good. Take it out the oven. They definitely need to show a Pro. I mean, they need to show first party. At least 1 or 2 first party games need to be shown with the Pro. And I think a first party title needs to release with the Pro, taking advantage of the PS5 Pro. First party. Because again, here's the other side of it. And again, I was telling, me and Barry was talking about this on Saturday's podcast. I think that when it comes to GTA 6, this is just hypothetical. This is what I think, especially knowing how PlayStation has been moving. I personally think that PlayStation is already, I think, and again, this could be wrong, just looking at the track record of how PlayStation has been moving when it comes to a lot of the third-party deals that they've been locking down. I think they most likely locked down GTA 6 marketing as well, and probably some like exclusive content or exclusive mission or whatever the case may be. I'm sure PlayStation has locked that down, and I'm telling you now, ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you right now, if PlayStation has that GTA 6 marketing and they putting out a Pro version showing off GTA 6 on a Pro, that shit's gonna fly off the shelves, man. PlayStation in general is gonna fly off the shelves if they've got the GTA 6 marketing. If they got the GTA 6 marketing, them PlayStation is gonna fly off the shelves, man. They gonna fly off the shelves, something crazy, absolutely crazy. It's gonna fly off the shelves. But my whole thing is, I think that they need to show some first party with the Pro, especially if it's releasing this holiday, because again, we don't really know. You know, I'm putting GTA 6 release in between March and May is when I think GTA 6 will release. Between holiday and like that March through May timeframe, that's quite a long time to wait for GTA 6. Obviously, they're gonna be marketing the hell out of the game and you know, all this other stuff. But I do think that they need to have some, you know, for the early adopters, for the people that's like getting it day one, that holiday time. You definitely need to have that first party. Like for me, I would want to see first party, like, you know, Wolverine, obviously, you know, that's not coming out this year, but you know, Concord, right? We know Concord is supposed to be coming out in 2024. I don't know, you know, we don't really know much of what else is coming out in 2024 from PlayStation in terms of first party. So, you know, that's something that PlayStation definitely needs to, you know, hopefully we get a showcase and they show that. But I do think that when it comes to, you know, Concord, that potentially could be something they show off. Here's the other thing too, is Death Stranding 2 is coming out in 2025. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that was running on a Pro. Listen. I hope y'all still got the tinfoil hats on. Listen. That Death Stranding 2 trailer that we saw at that State of Play a month or so back, I feel like that was running. I think that was running on a Pro, man. Yo, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I really believe that was running on a Pro. Let me go to YouTube. I don't know, for some reason I just feel like this was running on a Pro, man, because like the quality of this is the quality of this trailer is it really does look next level. Like, this really looks really good. Now, obviously, you know, PS5 is also capable of this. Like, let's not and this is Decima Engine, so this definitely, you know, PS5 is capable of this quality. But I don't know, I just feel like, you know, if dev kits went out when they did, I could see PlayStation, or I could see Kojima showing this game in its best light on a Pro, or running off a Pro, but just not saying nothing. I could see that happening as well, personally. But the game looks phenomenal. It looks great. Like, this looks truly incredible. Now, again, Decima engine really is just that good. Like let's not take away from the Decima engine and the PS5. I'm not saying that, but this looks incredible, man. This looks absolutely incredible. Look at bruh. Look at this, bruh. Yo, that Decima engine. Yo, real talk. Decima engine. The Decima engine really has to be like one of the top 3 best game engines in the industry right now. It has to be. There's very few engines that I can see coming to this level, man. Like right now. The Decima engine is definitely top 3. In my opinion, it's definitely top 3. Decima engine is absolutely mind-blowing, man. It is mind-blowing what this Decima engine can do. Like, I really want more games to use the Decima engine. Real talk, yo. I really want more games using the Decima engine. Yo, oh my God, man. Yo, real talk. See, listen, man. Listen. Let me nerd out for a second, guys. Listen, Death Stranding 2, I didn't beat Death Stranding 1. I'm going back and I'm gonna finish Death Stranding 1 before Death Stranding 2 comes out for sure. But seeing Death Stranding 2 is weird, man. This got me hyped. But yo, when it comes to like just the destruction and everything that's going on, yo, listen, man. Look at this, man. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I do think that, again, I think if PlayStation is going to put out a Pro this holiday, they definitely need to have at least 1 or 2 first-party titles releasing this holiday or releasing close around that time that take advantage of the PlayStation 5 Pro. In my opinion, that's what I would want to see from that. But obviously, I do think that GTA 6 will also be taking advantage of a Pro if that is also releasing on if a Pro is releasing, I could definitely see GTA. I'm sure Rockstar, if PlayStation set out Pro dev kits to some of their partners, PlayStation is Rockstar is already a partner with PlayStation. You know, a very close relationship. I wouldn't be surprised if Rockstar was one of the first studios outside of the first party studios. In terms of third party, I wouldn't be surprised if Rockstar was one of the first third party studios to get the Pro dev kits, because I think everybody in the industry knows how big, how monumental, how game changing, how much GTA 6 really is going to captivate and take over the industry and take over gaming when it releases. This is arguably the biggest game releasing of this generation. Very few games, very few. Honestly, it's hard for me to even think of another game that's going to really release that will release this generation that will be on the level of a GTA 6. GTA 6 is about to be the biggest game releasing this generation. PlayStation would definitely be smart to take care to ensure that they're getting the best of the best out of their Pro console when it comes to that game, especially if they got the marketing rights and are marketing, the game's gonna be marketed with PlayStation, which I believe it is. Barry said GTA 6 will be marketed on the Xbox. For real, you think so? But yo, I want to hear y'all thoughts real quick, man. If anybody want to give their thoughts real quick before we get up out of here, you're free to come through. I'm in the chat. Let me invite. If anybody want to get their thoughts real quick before I get up out of here, free to do that, man. pull up. Yo. And yo, I see the poll, man. 58 votes. 81% of y'all saying yes. If GTA 6 was the game shown on the PS5 Pro, would that be acceptable to you? 81% of y'all said yes. All right. Yo, Bar, you muted.
It's not acceptable.
Hold on. Let me Go ahead, keep going.
The game they need to show on that anti-consumer console, the PS5 Pro, is Hi-Fi Rush.
Yo, chill.
Enough about graphics, man. It's not about just graphics, bro. At the end of the day, GTA 6, people are not going to like that game due to how much stuff you can do in the game.
What?
So it's kind of pointless to even hype that game up, because at the end of the day, if a game like that will offer so much gameplay and content in it, it will be complained about, and people will not like the game. So I say to everyone in the chat, stop hyping up GTA 6, because at the end of the day, it has too much gameplay and content for you where you'll dislike the game.
Hey, yo, chill.
So I think that game is going to be dog shit. And
yo, you are wild.
I need people to stop hyping up that game, because at the end of the day, as gamers, we don't want to play games that are long and offering a lot of content. Thank you.
Jesus Christ. Hey, yo, man.
Am I lying?
Yeah, you are. You are full of shit. People definitely.
No, I'm not lying.
Yeah,
what you mean I'm lying?
I definitely want a Pro. I mean, I definitely want GTA 6. And I'll pay for it too.
Are you complaining about content and too much gameplay and too much stuff to do in the game?
No, but I saw the joint you was talking about earlier, where like I guess somebody is complaining about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth having too much. It's too much in the game or something like that. Crazy.
Hey, man. Listen, man. Yeah, you lucky I'm going to PAX this week, man. I'm too lazy to do a show, but there's a lot of people need to get cooked. First and foremost, let's get back to the topic, right? PS5 Pro and the dumbass takes that I've seen on here on Twitter. Persona, can I speak from the heart, man? Is it okay?
Absolutely. Since you won't do speak from the heart anymore, yeah, you can speak from the heart.
Is it okay? Is it fine, man? Because I know how you can be, man. You're a little bit timid. You're a little bit shy when it comes to this stuff. You know what I mean? Can I speak from the heart, man?
Yo, speak from the heart. You are free to speak from the heart, brother. Go ahead.
All right. So yeah, let's do a horrible game and take. My bad. Let's do a horrible game and take real quick. I'm sorry, because in my personal opinion, no disrespect, because I got mad respect for Paris.
Wow, I
but
do.
this is a horrible, and I mean horrible game and take. I don't know what is going on with the brother Paris. Paris, I need you to hit me up in the DMs. I need you. Hey, you can come on Persona Show right now. This is a horrible game and take. I don't know. Are you doing horrible game and takes on purpose? Huh? What is going on? This is a horrible game and take. Hold on, let me pull this tweet up, man, because Persona, I'm confused.
You want me to show the tweet?
Oh yeah, you can show the tweet.
All right, hold up.
So the tweet that Paris tweeted out earlier today. Shout out to Paris.
You got to DM me.
You know what I mean?
Oh, do I?
This is just me. This is just me attacking the gaming point, not the person. Okay. Horrible game and take. Anyway.
Hold on. Before you read it, let me pull it up so I can see.
Whoa, pause. I'm also going to cook the dumbass PC gamers as well. You know what I mean? That don't understand analogies. You know what I mean? If I'm talking about consoles, I'm not mentioning PC. Dumbass PC gamer. All right? My bad, Persona. Can I speak from the heart?
You already You're already kind of doing it, so go ahead, keep going, man. All right, yeah, I got the tweet up, so go ahead.
I don't want no text from you later talking about, damn, Barry, man, yo, you need to knock it off, Barry. I don't want no text from you later, okay?
Nah, you good, man. Good. So, speak from the heart, man. Speak from the heart.
All right, so the tweet says, if PlayStation wants the rumored PlayStation 5 to have any impact beyond the enthusiast crowd, it will be $4.99 at launch. The first sentence to me is like you're being purposely ignorant as far as what the console or the target audience for the console is. Just from the rip from the first paragraph, you know what this console is targeted for and who is it targeted to. You know what I mean? If anybody outside of the target audience buys it for the price whatever they're going to release it for, that's just a win-win for them, which most likely people will do. Only the hardcore audience will be paying a premium for increased performance. No, that's not true. That is definitely not true. We're seeing many casual gamers. You know what I mean? Look at all everybody that be posting up on Twitter their gaming backgrounds, their PC specs, their PlayStation 5, their Xbox Series X and S, their Nintendo Switch. Most of the motherfuckers that post that shit are casual gamers. They're not playing none of that shit. They are not playing none of them games. These are the same people that will buy a game on a Steam sale, a PlayStation sale, a Xbox sale, a Nintendo sale, and not play one lick of the game. But they still going out there and they buying the hardware. You rich motherfuckers are going out there buying PlayStation remote player, Portal. You think that's only hardcore gamers is buying that? A very niche, specific device like that? Motherfuckers bought the shit, posted it on Twitter, take a picture, and that's it. That shit's packed up. Like I said, at the end of the day, if the target audience is a specific audience and people outside of that specific audience buy it, that's just a win-win. So no, I don't agree it's only for the hardcore audience. As GTA 6, if you don't already own a PS5 or Xbox, why are we bringing up Xbox? You talking about PlayStation? Huh? Why are we bringing up Xbox? We talking about PlayStation. What does the Xbox have to do with a PS5 Pro? They ain't got no Pro console coming out. Phil Spencer said, no, we don't need it. We don't want it. We got Game Pass. Most consumers will look for the cheapest point of entry. So most consumers gonna want to play GTA 6 on the Xbox Series S. Why aren't most consumers playing Call of Duty, Fortnite on the Series S? Huh? They went out and they bought a console that's $200, $300 more than the motherfucker. Huh? The hell is going to more people buying it on the Switch? You know what I mean? On the OLED Switch. What is going on here, man? You know what I mean? Like I said, I feel like some of these tweets is just like people being purposely ignorant here. And like I said, I'm just attacking the tweet, not person, because I have mad respect for Paris. But I think this is a horrible game to take. So my rebuttal was, yeah, because it will be marketed for that target audience, the hardcore enthusiasts.
I gotta find
a supercar isn't marketed for the people in the Honda Civic price range. You know what I mean? I think you mentioned that earlier when you was talking about, yeah, that's like in all aspects in life or all consumer products. There's always different price ranges and target audience for things. Nobody's going out there buying a C. What's the LG? What is that now? Like C3 or C4?
LG C3. Well, I think the C4
C3
is coming out. Yeah.
Huh? Why do LG have different SKUs? The C3 should be the same price as the Black Friday TV for $499. Like, come on, man. It don't make no sense. Like, I don't understand why every time when PlayStation has some news or some type of buzz, everybody just go crazy with their takes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's pretty common. It's pretty common sense to me. Like, yes, they're gonna have a SKU. If you are satisfied, if you're happy with how the PS5 is performing, you don't need a PlayStation 5 Pro. as easy as that sound, it's not as easy to execute when it comes to gamers out here. Cause we all know they're fickle. When they see that Twitter picture, when they see that the reviews, when they see the unboxing, they're like, oh my god, I just had to buy it. And most of the motherfuckers casuals. Huh? The same people talking about casuals and hardcore. You're not even in you're not even in a hardcore category. Complaining about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because it has mini games, just like the original game had. What the hell is going on? Persona, what the hell is going on?
I can't even explain it myself, man. Honestly.
Hey, people exposing themselves, man. Somebody love RPGs. Sit your ass down, please. Please. You talking about side missions that you don't like in Rebirth, but you play Persona fetching a drink so you can get your affinity up. Sit your ass down, please. Thank you. I need you to sit down. You sound dumb. You look dumb. Back to the PS5 Pro thing. My bad, man. Yo, can I speak for the heart?
Yo,
okay?
You speaking for the heart. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. I'm enjoying the show, man. I'm enjoying the show.
My bad, bro. My bad. Yo, chat, I apologize. I apologize, chat, to y'all. Huh? I came up in here in Persona shit. I apologize, Persona, man. I know Persona go like, damn, boy, man, chat.
Nah, you good, brother. Listen, I'm enjoying the show, man. Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, all these crazy ass takes. You know what I mean? Just because and the funny thing about it, I guarantee if Xbox has a pro console, none of these tweets would even exist. And it's not just this one tweet, because this is the only one I responded to. I've seen a whole bunch of them. You know what I mean? Really and truly, what this shows is like people are really dissatisfied as far as Xbox not having a counter to this pro thing. We all know that a pro is not marketed for everyone that wants to get into PlayStation. The first Pro wasn't marketed for that either. You brought up a great point with the controllers. The dudes was complaining about the controllers as well. $200 for the DualSense Edge. What? Yeah, it's marketed for people that are pro gamers. It's marketed for people that want to enhance their gaming with a controller, with the paddles. It's a different beast. And look what happened. One of the best accessories in 2023. Where was this complaint when the Xbox Elite controller came out? Huh? That was more money than a fucking base controller. You don't see none of them complaining. It's always with PlayStation, bruh. It's always the freaking OLED Switch was like $100 more than the Switch. You don't see nobody complaining. Huh? I guarantee you, let's play around with everybody. I guarantee if the PS5 Pro is like $550, watch they complain. Oh my god, why would they do that? Nobody's gonna buy it. And they would try to turn and twist and push. Oh, this is a bad device. It's too expensive. No different than what they did with the VR2. All the motherfuckers that got the VR2 for free. Oh, it's too pricey. It don't have no games. You should wait. And now look what they posting about. Oh, look, see, it didn't sell. No shit. That's what you was pushing. You wanted it not to sell because you wanted it on PC. Huh? My bad, Persona, man. I'm shut up, man. I'm shut up.
All right, listen. You on a roll, bro. In the chat loving it, man. You on a roll.
I'm gonna shut up, man.
I'll say this, right? Because, I think when it comes to a PS5 Pro, again, like I said, I've been saying throughout the entirety of this show, a PS5 Pro is for anybody that deems it as something worth buying. It's geared towards an enthusiast market, people that are looking to get more out of their console gaming, right? And if the specs are to be believed with what is going on with the AI upscaling and all these other different things, it being 45% faster and all this other stuff, I do think that, you know, there might be some good selling points for people who might not even be enthusiasts, but look at it, especially if they show the right games, align the Pro with the right games and show those games in the best light on a Pro. I can definitely see even casuals who necessarily wouldn't understand the language of like, you know, PSSR and teraflops and ray tracing and all that jazz and those buzzwords that people tend to use. Even if a casual doesn't necessarily understand what that stuff is, a casual can still look at something and say, wow, that looks great, I gotta have it. But again, you've got to align yourself with the right games. And so I think when it comes to the, you know, this notion of, well, it needs to be competitively priced, or it needs to be you know, and it needs to appeal to a casual market, I don't necessarily agree with that notion, because, you know, there are a lot of things that don't appeal to a casual market but still sell extremely well. You know, Bugattis and Ferraris don't appeal to the everyday consumer that's making 50 grand a year. Bugatti applies to millionaires and billionaires, which the percentages, if you look at the percentages of people who are millionaires and billionaires versus people who are making, you know, just a steady income, that percentage is, you know, there's maybe 1, 2, maybe 3% of the population that are millionaires and billionaires, or maybe even 10. Let's just make it a nice round number, like 10. You got entire companies that align themselves with that 10%, as opposed to the other 80, or excuse me, the other 90% of the population, and are making their money. That's, you know, and again, like I keep saying this because it's true. This is in all facets of life. You know, if Xbox is putting out a pro console, and they're putting out a mid-gen refresh, whatever you want to call it, and it's got the bells and whistles, and it's taking gaming to that next level, I expect for Xbox to also have the price of that console to be to be at a price point that they deem performance to price is acceptable, or that they're looking for people to pay. And then it's up to you to look at that and say, it's worth it. Jiggery, what's good? He says top 10% is like 200K. I know, I was just throwing numbers out there just to kind of, you know. Yo, Games for Attorney, what up, bro? Bar, anything else you want to say? You kind of went on a tangent there. I know you've been holding that in.
Oh nah, man. I just been seeing a lot of stupidity. You know what I mean? Like, not say stupidity, but I feel like it's more calculated like tweets or whatnot. Like, what PlayStation does is not automatically deemed horrible. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that look forward to these devices, that would love these devices, and having something like a Pro, which it seems like it's getting better reception now, just hearing the news, than the original PS4 Pro. So, like, people just want to paint things in a like a bad light for PlayStation when it comes to them offering more for their consumer base. You know what I mean? Like, and I just find that weird, to be honest with you. I just find that weird.
So for you personally, and you know, again, you kind of talked about it on WUPS, but you know, just, you know, this is a bit more of a raw space that we're in. For you personally, looking at the PS5 Pro, if this is true, and then let's go down, you know, what if lane. What is Jay Barry expectations when it comes to a Pro and the games that are aligned with it? What would you want to see? What would be acceptable to you?
I just say, like, I would say the features that's been offered or been marketed is going to be more streamlined across the board, from first party to third party. Like, you know how you can have a game come out and this game is it has no ray tracing, or it's not doing any like type of high graphical things like a first party game would do. I feel like that's going to get more streamlined when it comes to PS5 Pro.
Okay. And for
But
you,
really, like I said it on Whoops, I don't necessarily think this console is needed. But it's just going to be it's going to be great to have for that enthusiast that will want something more powerful and something that they could like push more graphical fidelity for developers that want to do that stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't necessarily think it's something that's that is needed.
No, I agree. I don't think it's needed, but if they're gonna put one out, I'm definitely picking up for sure. And you also, I think you said it in the chat, but you definitely think that PlayStation needs to show first party games with this Pro. You wouldn't be fine with it just showing GTA 6 running on a Pro and trying to sell you on that. You wouldn't be okay with that. No,
you gotta show me first party games. That's what we all here for. I'm not saying that GTA 6 is not going to be a great seller for the console, but I want to see how the first party games gonna look. To be honest with you, I think the third party games is going to be probably more important to show off because that is where most of the stuff is struggling at. But for me personally, I just want to see first party.
Yeah, I'm on that same tip. I'm like, I definitely think, especially like I said before, if PlayStation has the marketing for GTA, I definitely think that'll be one of the highlight games that they show, especially running on a Pro if a Pro does exist and they're trying to market to that. I definitely think that definitely will be something that they show. But I do think that what's this? Oh, okay, I checked that out. Yo, shout out to Damien. He just sent me some. But I do think that, again, I want to see first party as well. It really is that simple. I want to see. I want to see first party.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like third party is great. I'm not knocking that stuff. I love to see that stuff, but yeah, I mean, I want to see like Ratchet and Clank being pushed even more. Something like that, because I know that's the developers that's gonna, take that to the next level.
So I think so in terms of third party, two big games that I think they will show, because I believe Call of Duty PlayStation this is the last year for the marketing, I believe. So I definitely think Call of Duty and GTA, those would definitely be the third party, and probably NBA or some shit like that, or whatever. I definitely think those would be the games they show this year. Call of Duty and GTA. Call of Duty, and the next COD is a Treyarch COD 2 and GTA 6. Those two games alone will propel that shit to the stratosphere for sure. For sure. Yo, shout out to Uppercase J-Man, 30 months as a member on the channel. He says, quick take. After experiencing the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X and the performance of the subsequent generation, I feel Pro-style consoles are a scam. Thumbs down. What you think, Barry?
No, I don't think they're a scam at all. I just think I don't think it's a scam because at the end of the day, even with the PlayStation 4 Pro, it wasn't something like a big boost when it came to frame rates, but when it came to the resolutions, the image quality was much better. You know what I mean? That's what it was marketed for.
Yeah.
Like a scam would be like whatever you marketed for and you're not executing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, man, yo, listen, that is the show. We got a sneak peek of a speak from the heart from Bari. He ain't gonna do no show this week, so you got that. Y'all gonna have to rewind that and listen to that. But yo, Bari, man, we about to get to these outros because I'm trying to get a little Final Fantasy in before I go to bed. But let the people know, where they can find you, your socials and all that stuff.
Y'all can find me at PAX Z's. We in there, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Nah, man, it's gonna be a fun time, man. PAX East. Looking forward to that. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'm good, man. I'm out here playing Final Fantasy myself, man.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, shout out to everybody that pulled up. Hopefully you guys enjoy the show, and yeah, we'll catch you whenever we catch you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as for me, man, listen, I appreciate y'all coming through, rocking out with your boy, episode 244, When Persona Speaks. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. You know, it was a great conversation, man. Shout out to everybody that came through in the chat. If you enjoyed the show, definitely hit the like button. You know, subscribe if you enjoy the content. Share the stream out, man. I appreciate those who hit the like button and whatnot. Jamil said, Persona, I would have come in to defend my point, but I'm working OT. Oh, nah, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's all good, man. Next time. But if there is a PlayStation 4, PS5 Pro, we definitely gonna be talking about it and breaking that thing down. You feel me? But listen, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Please be safe in whatever you're doing. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Your boy is at PAX this weekend. Very excited for that. And yeah, man, that's it, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the evening. It's been your boy Persona, and I'm out, guys. Peace.